The dealership does not negotiate one deal with you. It negotiates two deals simultaneously and presents them to you as one. The first deal is the price of the truck you are buying. The second deal is the value of the truck you are trading in. Every dollar you claw back on the purchase price is a dollar the dealership can recover on the trade-in valuation. Every concession they make on the new truck is a placeholder, a number they will take back on the other side of the transaction within the next 10 minutes. The two negotiations are linked in the dealership system from the moment you mention you have a trade-in. They are presented to you as separate conversations. They are not separate. They are a single profit equation with two input variables, and the dealership is solving for the same total margin, regardless of which side you think you are winning. This is not a theory. It is the documented structure of the four-square negotiation method that has been taught in dealership sales training programs for 50 years, and that most buyers have never seen written down. This video writes it down. The four-square is a piece of paper, sometimes physical, often now digital, divided into four boxes. Top left, the selling price of the vehicle. Top right, the trade-in value. Bottom left, the down payment. Bottom right, the monthly payment. The sales manager fills in the boxes and slides it across the desk. The numbers in every box are wrong in a specific direction. The selling price is high. The trade-in value is low. The down payment request is high. The monthly payment is calculated on a term long enough to make all of it appear manageable. The buyer focuses on one box, usually the monthly payment or the selling price, and negotiates that box. While the buyer is watching one box, the numbers in the other three boxes are adjusting to compensate. The dealership will give you what you asked for in the box you are watching. They will take it back in the boxes you stopped watching. A buyer who successfully negotiates the selling price down by $2,500 while accepting a trade-in value that is $2,500 below market has accomplished nothing. The total transaction cost is identical. The paperwork just shows the money moving through different boxes. The trade-in valuation lowball is the most consistent and predictable element of the four-square because it is the least examined by buyers. When you drive your trade-in onto a dealership lot, the used car manager will inspect it and produce a number. That number is not derived from market data. It is derived from what the used car manager believes he can offer you before you walk away, plus a buffer for negotiation, minus the margin he intends to capture when he resells the vehicle. A 2019 Silverado 1500 LTZ with 68,000 miles and a clean history has a Manheim wholesale auction value of approximately $24,800 and a private party retail value of $29,500 in most markets. The used car manager will offer you $21,500. He knows the wholesale number. He attends the auction every week. He is paying you $3,300 below what he could recover at auction tomorrow morning if he decided he did not want the truck. His retail profit on the vehicle, if he puts it on his own lot, is $7,000 to $9,000 above the Manheim number. The $21,500 offer is the opening position in a negotiation he has run 10,000 times. You have run it twice in your life, and one of those times you accepted the first offer. Here is the correct sequence for handling a trade-in at a dealership. Step 1 is to separate the transactions completely before you set foot on the lot. Call the dealership and tell them you are interested in a specific vehicle and that you may have a trade-in to discuss separately. Conduct the entire purchase negotiation to a final agreed price before you disclose the trade-in. Get the selling price confirmed in writing, a buyer's order or a deal sheet with a signature from the sales manager before the trade-in enters the conversation. Once the purchase price is locked, the trade-in becomes a second transaction the dealership cannot use to recover margin from the first one. This approach makes sales managers uncomfortable because it dismantles the four-square architecture. They will attempt to bring both conversations together by asking about your trade-in during the purchase negotiation. Every time they ask, redirect. Tell them you want to resolve the purchase price first, and will be happy to discuss the trade-in once you have a number you are satisfied with on the vehicle you are buying. This is not rude. It is the standard approach of any buyer who understands how the room works. Step 2 is knowing your trade-in's actual market value before you arrive. You need 3 numbers. The first is the Manheim Market Report wholesale value, what a dealer would pay for your vehicle at auction. This is available through a licensed dealer account or through services like DealerSocket and vAuto that resell Manheim data. If you do not have access, the Manheim number is approximated reasonably well by the CarGurus Instant Market Value tool set to dealer trade-in range. The second number is the KBB Instant Cash Offer, Kelley Blue Book's program where dealers in their network make binding cash purchase offers on your vehicle. Run the KBB ICO before your dealership visit and print the offer. The KBB ICO is a floor. Any dealer in the KBB network is contractually obligated to honor it. The third number is the Carvana, Vroom, or CarMax offer, the direct purchase price from a competing buyer who is not selling you anything else. Get all 3 offers in writing before you set foot on the lot. When the used car manager offers you $21,500 and your 3 reference numbers are $23,100 from CarMax, $22,400 from Carvana, and a $24,800 estimated Manheim value, you are not negotiating from hope. You are negotiating from data. Hand him the CarMax offer. Tell him CarMax will buy the truck today for $23,100 and that you will sell it there this afternoon, unless the dealership can beat it. He will either beat it or confirm he cannot, and either outcome is useful information. Step 3 is understanding why selling the trade-in separately is almost always the better financial outcome. When you trade a vehicle at a dealership, the tax treatment in most states gives you a credit. You pay sales tax only on the difference between the new vehicle's price and the trade-in value. On a $45,000 truck purchase with a $22,000 trade-in, you pay sales tax on $23,000 rather than $45,000. At a 7% sales tax rate, that saves you $1,540. This is the legitimate financial argument for trading at a dealership rather than selling privately. But run the math completely before you decide. If selling privately generates $27,500 for your trade-in versus the dealer's $22,000 offer, the $5,500 difference minus the $1,540 tax savings means you come out $3,960 ahead by selling privately, even after accounting for the tax benefit. The tax advantage of trading in is real. It is also frequently smaller than the spread between the dealer's trade-in offer and the private market value for the same vehicle. Do not let the tax argument close the conversation without running both numbers to their conclusion. The tax savings is a discount on overpaying for the trade-in, not a reason to accept an undervalued offer. Step 4 is the negotiation sequence once the purchase price is locked and the trade-in conversation begins. Lead with your highest competing offer, in this case, the CarMax or Carvana number. Do not lead with the Manheim wholesale estimate because it signals you have dealer-level market access and may trigger